So we're still a few weeks away from the April 2nd Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, where Nintendo is officially going to be revealing everything about their next generation system, but it still seems like we're getting some news and tidbits of information from other places, and that's what we've got here today, as we've got something really interesting to talk about, and it seems like the release for this system might actually be even sooner than we thought. Right now, when it comes to predictions for when the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to release, most people are saying that it's probably going to be at some point in June, some people saying maybe even July, basically somewhere around that summertime. But what if I told you that it seems like the Nintendo Switch 2 has the possibility of coming out even earlier than that? And so if we take a look at this article right here, it says Nintendo Switch 2 reportedly had almost 400,000 units shipped to North America in January, making early summer release date quite likely. And if we take a look here, it says almost 400,000 Nintendo Switch 2 units have reportedly been shipped already to North America, making the rumored early summer release date window quite likely. As reported on the Gaming League subreddit, Famiboard's forums member LIC recently discovered by tracking shipments of cartons and instruction manuals that Vietnamese manufacturer HVBG was contracted by Nintendo and has already shipped 383,000 Nintendo Switch 2 units to North America in late January for distribution in the United States and Canada, which is a significant number of units considering that they are only part of the initial shipment number, which is sure to be larger by the time that the console launches later this year. With so many units already being shipped by January, it definitely feels like the console will indeed launch in early summer, as has been rumored for a while. So basically, all of this information is coming from a Famiboards forums member, LIC, and I mean, these people over on Famiboards are actually pretty reputable because there's some people on there that really kind of track like every single shipment that's going back and forth between Nintendo and other companies and stuff, and honestly, this was how we found out so many of like the specs that were going to be for the system, because this type of shipment data isn't like super secretive or hidden or anything, and if you know where to look and like where to track everything, you can find it. And so there are some people over on the forums that have been doing this for months now, and that's how we were able to find out so many of the specs, because it was like, wait a minute, why are like thousands of these 12 gigabytes of RAMs being shipped over to Nintendo from another company? Why so many of these like 256 UFS 3.1 storage being shipped to Nintendo now? And like, it made sense that that was for the Nintendo Switch 2, so I feel like this is pretty likely here as well. And it seems like Nintendo had already contracted a Vietnamese manufacturer, and they had shipped close to 400,000 Switch 2s that are pretty much already ready now to be sold. Like, I'm assuming these are like the final versions of the Switch 2 that are already in the boxes and all wrapped up and ready to be sold in stores. And I guess like 400,000 of these are just sitting like in a warehouse somewhere in North America, and they're pretty much just waiting to be sent to stores and other websites and stuff as soon as they finally are ready to be sold. And so that is kind of crazy, because I think it makes sense now why Nintendo did the reveal for the Switch 2 in the middle of January, because if this large shipment was going to be coming and the Switch 2 hadn't been revealed by then, we definitely would have gotten some type of leaks or images or something that would have come out. But now that everybody knows what the system looks like, it's not really like a super secret anymore. But it does kind of make me think that Nintendo probably does want to release this system sooner rather than later, because I don't think that they would want to have like 500,000 Switch 2s just sitting inside of a warehouse for half the year. I feel like they probably want to have a bunch of these available and have them ready to release pretty fast. And so, I mean, we've all kind of been talking about the possibility that when it comes to the release, it's probably going to be in like June or July, but considering there's already 400,000 of these ready, and that was just in January, and I'm assuming there's probably been more shipped in like February and March, and there's probably going to be more in April and stuff too, we could be looking at like a close to like over 1 million of these ready. And like, if that's the case, then I feel like it now even opens up the possibility that the system could come out in May. Now, I don't know if it would be like early May, but I have seen some people even mentioning that it could be on May 15th, as Nintendo did officially announce that they're going to be opening a brand new Nintendo store in the US in San Francisco on May 15th. And can you imagine how memorable it would be to open this brand new Nintendo store the day that a next generation Nintendo system is available? It might be a little bit too chaotic to have so many things like that all going on the same day, but it could be possible. But I also think that Nintendo might want to do like the very end of May, like around Memorial Day weekend when people are taking breaks and they're on vacation and stuff, and having a brand new Nintendo system come out right around there to take with you and just kind of be playing that and relaxing. That could be a pretty good time to do it. So maybe now we could see the system coming out even in May, and obviously that would be better for all of us because it means we get to play the system even earlier. Now, video game analysts have been discussing the Nintendo Switch 2 launch as well, and there's actually been a lot of reports coming out saying that this is probably going to be the biggest video game system launch in industry history because of what Nintendo is going to have in terms of their games and just how the market is right now in terms of how ready they are for a new system. And honestly, hearing that it's going to be the biggest video game system launch in history kind of sounds insane, but at the same time, I also do believe it because I very much do think that the possibility is there and that this system has the opportunity to set unprecedented records for what it's going to be capable of doing right when it comes out. Because the Nintendo Switch has been out for such a long time, there are a lot of people now who are ready to spend the money on a sequel and a successor to it because they want to play on more powerful hardware and they're ready for new hardware from Nintendo. Pair that with a brand new Mario Kart game, which we haven't actually had like a straight up new Mario Kart in over a decade now. So to have that be like the launch game, because it's most likely going to be coming out with that, and Mario Kart is always like the top selling game on every Nintendo system, that is going to be insane. And right now, like the entire like chip shortage and everything that happened like when the PS5 and Xbox Series X and everything came out, all of that is over now too. So there are going to be a lot more systems that are going to be available, and that's what we've already kind of discussed with how Nintendo has been shipping and stockpiling a lot of these systems too. So hopefully that means that the system is also going to be readily available. And so with all of these factors like piled together, I really do think that the launch for the system is going to be absolutely insane. And really the most important thing is just having the stock, because if every single person who really wants to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 day one when it's available is able to get one, then this system is going to have so many crazy records. Like we're going to see so many insane articles and headlines coming out about how the system has been selling, and it's going to be amazing. But the only way that it won't be as good as it could be is if Nintendo isn't able to keep up with the demand, and if it's going to be like appearing sold out on a lot of websites and it's going to be really difficult to get one when the system comes out. That's going to be the only kind of situation where it's not going to be as high as it could be because the kind of demand that they had for the system wasn't met with the amount of stock that was available day one. But if you can just walk into a store the day that the Switch 2 is out and see like a couple of them at Best Buy on the shelf and a couple of them at Target and Walmart and stuff, and it's easy to order on Amazon, then yeah, this system is going to do absolutely insane, because that's kind of the biggest thing. And I know there's some companies that like to kind of create a scarce amount of the initial shipment to create like FOMO. I mean, we pretty much see Nvidia doing that right now with their new GPUs, where they're purposely creating a low stock of like the RTX 5090s. Because of that, it's like really hard to find it. So like if you go anywhere on Amazon or Best Buy, they're always sold out. And they're trying to do that to create kind of like a sense of urgency, because now people are like, oh my god, man, this GPU is so insane, you can't find it anywhere, I gotta have it, I'm missing out. But at the same time, they're also making less money because the amount of people that actually want to buy these aren't able to buy them, and they don't want to pay like double the price to a scalper. So I feel like for Nintendo, this wouldn't really work out. I feel like it would be better to just have as many Switch 2s as they can, have everybody be able to buy that, pair that with like a new Mario Kart game, because everybody's going to be buying that. They're probably going to be buying accessories and all of that too. Like they're going to be making so much more money if they just have a bunch of these available. But yeah, the launch for the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be incredible, and I am very, very excited for it. I can't wait to see what's going to be in store for that Nintendo Direct. And of course, I'm going to be having many more Nintendo Switch 2 videos coming out as we get closer to that Nintendo Direct, so stay tuned and look forward to that as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely going to have some more videos talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you think about all of this. How do you guys feel about all of these kind of shipments that are going back and forth between Nintendo and having a whole bunch of them already stockpiled in the US? Do you think that the Switch 2 is going to come out even sooner? What do you think about everything? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about it, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.